start.
Okay.
Okay. Can you introduce yourself?
Yeah. I'm Amanda.
I'm Abner. We are Johnnyswim. We're married. We write songs. We're lucky enough to travel the world a little bit together with our little baby boy and sing for some folks.
Yeah.
That's us.
That's great. So tell me, how did you guys get together?
So we met in a place called Nashville, Tennessee in the States. We saw each other across a crowded room at a church. And I was there because I was dating a girl that told me in order to continue dating, I had to go to church with her. So we're sitting in church, and the church service ends, and I see her stand up across the room. Mm-hmm. And I think to myself, that's the girl I'm going to marry. And I also said out loud, that's the girl I'm going to marry. And that didn't work out very well with the girl I was sitting next to.
Yeah.
So we broke up right there. I stood up to talk to Amanda and couldn't think of anything to say. So the moment passed, and 4 years went by until we met.
I looked at him and I knew he was trouble, so I said, I don't think I should talk to this one.
We'll give this one time to ripen.
Yeah, we'll give this one some time to ripen. But then we met 4 years later at a coffee shop, and I had no idea that he was musical at all. I don't think he had any idea of that I was also working on music, and but we got to talking, and he invited me to a show. And I found him afterwards at the bar and said, can we please write songs together? And I think he just heard, do you want to go on a date with me? Which I guess maybe I was asking for too.
I didn't hear that. I just heard the opportunity for alone time.
Yeah.
After 4 years.
Exactly. It was like, we've both been waiting for this for a while.
I literally never dated anybody again after that day until I started dating her.
Wow.
Locked it
That
down.
is big love.
Yeah, exactly. He was holding out for me. So then we just started writing songs together, and I think kind of the romance and the songwriting kind of ramped up around the same time, and here we are.
That's great. How is it easier to actually be a couple and writing
I think
songs?
so.
They're really emotional and very spiritual, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think the biggest part of, marriage that makes it fun and also makes it successful is communication and being able to express yourself and be vulnerable with one another, and that's really what we do in our songwriting. So I think the songwriting helps the marriage, and the marriage helps the songwriting.
Right, excellent.
Yeah.
Actually, I can just imagine because it has a lot to do with emotions, right?
Yeah.
So to put that together is just a big plus, I guess, right?
I agree, yeah.
So you guys moved together to Los Angeles,
Yeah.
right? Why was that decision?
We were in Nashville for a long time, and Nashville is the center of music, really, of songwriting. And while we were there, though, it was much more country music, and it still is, than anything else. And I don't think, as far as a business, the city knew what to do with two brown people that were singing soulful songs that weren't necessarily folk, they weren't really R&B, it wasn't pop. And so we felt it was time to go, and we moved to LA, and that was the best thing that happened to us.
Great. Yeah, because now you just said it, your songs are not in one direction.
Right.
You guys have actually a whole huge mixture of different style of music, and that's pretty amazing. Did you guys just decided to want to just bring everything together?
No, I think we decided early on because we both had kind of been in the music industry enough to realize that if you let people, they'll kind of just turn you into what they think you should be. Mm-hmm. And so I think by the time we met, we were kind of like, what if we just started writing the songs that we just felt like writing without having to be like, okay, this is exactly what our record should sound like, and this is what, maybe because we're brown, we should be more soulful, and that's what people expect from us, and so that's what we should do. So we just said, whatever, we don't mind being broke, we don't mind working whatever other jobs we have to work. Let's just write what we want to write, and at some point, I think our sound will come up. At some point, we'll be able to define ourselves by doing that. And so that's just kind of what we decided to do early on. And so we don't really, we don't want to try too hard in that area. We don't really want to try too hard to pick a genre and just stick to it. Instead, we just decided, let's write whatever songs we want to write, and they'll make themselves work somehow.
That's great. Yeah. I think the second one, it was Diamonds, right? Is that what it was?
Yeah.
And that was a big hit, right?
That was
That was a pretty big
fun.
hit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So tell me, how did it work afterwards? After this big hit, did it just come on its own, or did you guys still try to figure out what direction you want to go, or you just kind of had the flow in it?
Well, Diamonds, it wasn't really a big hit, but it was certainly, it made us busier than we were,
Right.
But it's more the same for us, just trying to be honest with the songs, whatever we like, whatever inspiration comes to us, whatever music we're playing. The other day we were in the green room and we were kind of I was being stupid. I was just being silly on the guitar, making a lot of noise, like a song that clearly we would never play. And then she started singing something and it was awesome. And so whenever that song gets written, it'll be another turn down the lane. But I love it. I think we found our voice beyond genres. We love storytelling, and we love being able to do whatever we want musically. And so it's not even after Diamonds or even after songs people get attracted to. There's a song of ours called Home that's very much like a country feel.
That was before, right?
Yeah,
was
exactly.
It the first one?
And
I know it.
and I think some people are bummed out that we don't have 100 songs like that.
Right.
But that's just not who we are.
Well, the second one when it went to the 35th place, right?
Yeah.
From 200. I mean, that's pretty amazing, yeah?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
right.
you can say it, right? Just speak
you're
it out loud.
Yeah,
it was
right,
great.
you're right. Yeah,
Pretty good.
It's very exciting.
Yes. So when did you guys started coming to Europe?
We just got here like 2 weeks ago. This is kind
This
of
is
like
our first time.
playing shows here. We like 4 years ago we opened for a band called Old Crow Medicine Show in the UK, and that was like the only time we've ever played shows anywhere overseas. And so this has been really, really fun and something that we've wanted to do for such a long time. So we're really excited to be able to like have been to so many places
and to be accepted so readily, like to have people like you say, and like the charts are going well, radio stations are picking it up.
The craziest thing for us is, we've played I guess 4 or 5 shows now, and the fact that people know the words to the songs, we're like, how do you know? I don't even remember these words half the time.
I've been messing up words like crazy on this tour,
Yeah.
but the crowd's got it together.
Yeah, so that's
sold out
that's
shows.
so
We
exciting.
played the last night's show here in Berlin. Our first time ever playing Berlin was sold out, completely packed.
Really? Wow.
Because I think you have this, I think you have this sense when you're a songwriter, especially kind of like us, like we've been doing this for a long time and we haven't been doing it like specifically just to be successful. Like we were doing it because we love it and we hope that we get to be successful. So when we're writing songs in our kitchen wearing sweatpants while I'm cooking pasta and he's got a guitar and the baby's running, around the house, like you're expressing yourself and you're doing your best to be honest with what you're feeling and honest with what you're experiencing, and you hope that people like it and you hope that people find themselves in it, but it just blows you away. You kind of never expect for it to really happen. So when you come to Berlin and you see people singing along and crying to songs that made you cry to write, you're like,
yeah,
wow. Oh my gosh, it's connecting, which is, I mean, that's a dream come true. Yeah.
That's important for you guys.
Absolutely. That's
and I think
that's
what you guys show, right? To your fans. So, and that's what they want to see from you too.
Yeah.
And I think that's actually again the couple thing and the musicians in the same time. Awesome. So how many people were there yesterday?
I don't know.
A few hundred.
Yeah, a couple hundred, because I'm not sure. Whatever it was sold out. And I think it's pretty small. It's like 200 maybe.
I don't know, a few hundred.
Yeah.
A few.
Yeah.
Hey,
I don't know.
sounds good, right?
Something like that.
What do you want more?
Yeah, exactly.
So
I
great.
remember playing for 7 people for years and years. And I remember even just a couple years ago, maybe 2 or 3 years ago, was one of our first shows in Philadelphia back in the States, and we played for 7 people.
Wow,
and we were really excited.
Huge
in the course of a year, we just played Philadelphia 2 years, I guess. We just sold out at like 1,200 seats or something in Philly. But we love the opportunity for whoever shows up to give them everything we've got. And hopefully they'll tell their friends and their friends and their friends and so on.
Exactly.
So we'll be back to Berlin many times to play for everyone's friends.
I think you guys should, because I think you had 3 million. I think it was 3 million streams, right? And that's a lot.
Yeah.
So I think you guys
his
need
mom
to come
has just
back.
been streaming things.
I knew it.
bought a bunch of
I wanted to
computers.
ask her. Yeah, exactly. No. So I think that's actually pretty successful. So you guys made your way through here in Europe. So you guys not going to be only in Germany, right?
No, we started in Stockholm and Glasgow and London, Amsterdam, and then we go on to Zurich and Brussels. So we'll be a little bit everywhere. Yeah,
it was
awesome.
cool. And the great thing is, because all of them have sold out so far, every show's been sold out. London was sold out. Stockholm sold out. Actually, it was Norrköping, just outside of Stockholm. Glasgow, Berlin, Amsterdam was crazy. That we're already booking more shows for September. So it looks like we may play like 4 shows in Germany in September.
Oh wow!
So we're gonna come back and spend some more time.
That's pretty soon.
Yeah.
Right? I mean,
and we love Germany.
Yeah.
Really, you do.
Wir lieben Deutschland. Yeah.
Oh wow, that was the German part. Total. Did you guys talk about that before? What are you guys gonna say? Yeah. Okay, great.
We're like, we have to learn how to speaks some.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm horrible, so
Awesome.
he speaks most of it, and then I just add the punctuation.
So next time when you guys come, we speak German.
Yes.
All right.
I
I'm gonna
know.
test you guys.
I know.
So make sure
Yes.
you're
Yes.
learning.
Yeah.
How is it when you guys have a 2-year-old
Yeah.
son, right?
Yes.
Just about. He turns 2 next week. A week from today, maybe.
6 days from
Oh,
now.
very
6
nice.
days, yeah.
Beautiful.
Wow.
How do you guys do that? You guys taking him along, and is it easy for him, or is it difficult to organize that?
I mean, it's definitely more difficult than not bringing him.
Yeah.
But
and he doesn't know any better. To him,
Yeah.
it's just life.
he's been traveling with us since he was 7 weeks old. So, and I was on the road basically my whole pregnancy until I had to stop.
We only stopped for 2 months, 3 months. When we
Yeah,
had the
not
baby.
even. Yeah. So it's kind of all he knows, and I just try to like keep him vaguely on some sort of schedule so he feels like he's got a routine. But he does really well, and he loves meeting new people, and he loves exploring. So he's a happy little camper.
Great.
Yeah. Don't ask me how people do it with more than one kid. 'cause
Yeah,
that
I
is
don't
hard.
know who would-
I'm
But
asking-
have
But
another
with
one.
one,
Sometimes
pretty
it's
easy.
easier. Sometimes
Really?
supposed to
They
be
can
easier
entertain
because they
each
can
other.
entertain
Oh,
each
that's
other.
true.
That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Yeah,
Before he
that's right.
turns 2, we fly all the way back to LA the day before his birthday. He will have been on 106 flights in 2 years.
Wow.
9 countries, 30-something states in the U.S. So he will have averaged 1 flight every 6 days of his life.
That
That's
is
how
seriously
Yeah.
pretty amazing.
Really
That's so
crazy.
much
Like
more than
months
I
and
ever
months
had.
on a tour bus. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So, did you guys see anything in Berlin already? Did you guys go anywhere?
Not really, but we went to the zoo, but it was freezing cold. So, but we loved the monkeys because it was inside, so it was warm, and also they were like
Very active.
They were very active, so that was fun. But we flew in yesterday and went straight to.
We saw a little bit of the wall.
Yeah.
We drove through town from here to the venue, and it was beautiful drive.
So it was basically what we saw on the drive. Is all we've seen of Berlin. And then
Hey,
we've
that's
seen
pretty
a lot
long
at the
drive.
hotel. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
So, it's pretty good.
And then so hopefully this afternoon actually we'll get some time.
Yeah, awesome. Do you want to tell me a little bit, well, both of you, about your new album?
Yeah.
Do you guys want to talk about it?
Yeah, it's called Georgica Pond, and we're super happy with it. We recorded it at our house upstairs in our little studio that we created, and it was really fun. Abner produced it, so we got to just kind of spend time writing songs, and then we'd go upstairs and record them, and we got to take our time a little bit more, which was nice because I think with our album Diamonds and some of the other EPs that we've done, it was kind of like, here's the studio time. We've rented the studio for this many days, so you have to get it done in this much time. And with this, we could kind of like put the baby down for a nap and go upstairs and work and spend time with the song. So they're very special to us, and we're really excited about people hearing it
Right.
and hopefully feeling connected to it in the way we are.
Well, that's what they say. It's very emotional, very spiritual.
Yeah.
And you guys put a lot of yourself, I think, into this, right?
We tried to, yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
We certainly did. We certainly tried to.
Do you guys want to talk about the political situation in the States?
Oh, man.
Sure.
It's a typical question,
Yeah.
right? Is
Yeah.
it?
Well,
I mean, just as much as you want to talk about it.
the problem with it is that it's like, what do you even say about it? It's just kind of like,
Well, I know what I would say about it. There's, especially now in America, there's more division, and I think in the world, there's a lot of mentalities where people are becoming very nationalist, or maybe it's exposing how nationalism is kind of all over the world. And in America, it's super divided over the concepts that our president is proposing and represents, and kind of the person that he is. And so what it makes us do is it makes us respond in doing what we're born to do. We're made to make music. We're made to, and I think more than that, we're made to really share our lives with people through song, through talking with them, through conversation, but through being with them in concerts for us and all that. And I feel like our goal has always been to hope that people leave a Johnnyswim experience, whether it's on the album or in concert, feeling more loved than when they walked in, feeling more hopeful than when they walked in. If they came in with somebody they love, maybe more in love than when they came in, that they would walk out feeling that way. And so because of the political situation in the U.S., I feel more responsible to do what we were born to do. And it's just that. And we hope that we can, even in this conversation, remind people that regardless of how easy it is to focus on the things that divide us, that the things that unite us will always be stronger.
Absolutely, yeah. Well,
So that's how we feel.
that was pretty nice.
that's what I was going to
That was,
say.
yeah, me too. I think you just said everything
Exactly.
that we wanted to say as well.
Exactly,
Great. So you're pretty much saying that you want to give a message to the people with your music as well, and
Absolutely.
the same thing with the political situation is that you need to do whatever you believe in. Is that right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and I think those things specifically that bind us are love, compassion,
Yeah,
basic
right.
human decency. You know, that there's kindness and being able to. I disagree with my sister politically, but knowing that my love for her is greater than the disagreements. Disagreements are going to come and go. We're always going to disagree. We disagree all the time, like on where I had my laundry.
Listen, that is absolutely normal.
Exactly.
Thank God you have that problem.
Very normal.
Right.
But that we can focus. We hope that we can bring people's gaze back to the things that we all agree on.
Right, right. Yeah, great. Your mother was pretty famous.
That's true, yes.
You used to travel with her quite a lot.
I did a bit, she would kind of tour a lot in the summertime so that my sisters and I could come with her, but we didn't sing backup for her. I think that's like a common thing that people think. But
Wikipedia is a weird place
Yeah.
online. Wikipedia is
right.
really hard to
Yeah.
correct.
Yeah, it's
Better.
true.
But I mean, she obviously wanted to have us around, so
Right.
so we spent a lot of time on tour buses, kind of like my son is on tour buses a lot, and
Right, yeah.
visiting lots of new places. So that's pretty fun, and it's fun for us to now be able to have a kid that we can go. He'll turn out okay. I turned out okay. He'll probably turn out fine. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So did it inspire you?
I
Seeing
think the
your mother?
inspiration was really that she fought for what she loved to do. She
Right.
loved music and she loved performing, and that's what she kind of instilled in us. And I think that's where Abner and I met and had a very common ground. That his parents were like, "Don't come home until your dreams come true. Like,
Oh,
go
that's-
fight for the things. Who
yeah.
cares if you're broke? Who cares? Like
Right.
that. Let success be that thing that is you following your dreams. Like let that the journey of just following your dreams be success for you, because a lot of people spend their whole lives wishing they could do something and never actually even trying to do it. So just go try,
Right.
And so I think that was the biggest thing. So she would be so excited whenever we'd play these horrible shows, like the show for 7 people. And we'd be, kind of be like, oh man, I wish we could play for more people. And
I remember you.
and she would be like, no, this is great. This
Wow.
beginning is perfect.
Wow.
Like
Yeah.
these are the good old days,
Yeah,
So
exactly.
I think that's what she taught us.
I remember we played this club in New York. It's tiny, the Rockwood Music Hall, but the smallest room they had at the time. And it only fit like 30 people. And your mom was there, and they don't pay you to play in this club, in that room. They just pass a tip bucket around at the end.
Okay.
And I was so happy that your mom had like her wealthy friends there with her.
We're like, thank God we can eat tonight. Yeah.
Because they were very kind.
Exactly.
I like your mom. She definitely supported you.
Exactly. She definitely did.
She
She'd be sitting right in the front of the show, and she'd be like passing the bucket around for us.
Absolutely.
Put some more in there. You got more money. Than
You
that.
got
Put more
no
in there.
man. I know you have it.
Exactly. They need dinner later.
Exactly. What does Europe mean to you? What does it mean to you to tour around actually outside from the United States? I mean, it's a huge step, and as you know, people know you very well already over here, and you never had really a release in
No.
Germany.
Yeah.
Yesterday was
It's a
our first
huge,
release in
it's
Germany.
a success, right? A
Yeah,
huge-
no, it's
So
absolutely
that's-
successful.
yeah.
It's kind of mind-boggling. It's
Right.
so fulfilling. It makes us so happy.
Right.
Just that we can be here. And what's interesting is that we've always envisioned ourselves being more successful in Europe than in the U.S. In the U.S., it's especially the idea of discovery of people that don't pick a lane, because musically we haven't picked a lane, is something that's a little more difficult and a little more unheard of. Where in Europe, you always find these bands and these musicians are popular that you really have to discover, and you know more than just one song. European fans typically know the album of the artist they love.
Yeah.
And so we've always wanted, it's been a dream of ours, to get over here and start working. And so this trip has been a dream come true. Not only have we been able to begin and release an album in Germany, but we found out that already, even before having our feet on the soil,
Yeah.
it's working. The dream we had of being able to connect, and that feeling we had that we would connect with the Europeans is true, and it's seeming to work out the way we dreamt. So we're beyond excited and so thankful.
Yeah, I bet. I think you guys doing a great job and have a huge, how do you say it in English? you guys stick
Say it in German.
together. Yeah. Ihr haltet zusammen.
Stay
You will
together.
learn.
Yeah.
And
Togetherness.
yeah, and I think this is actually very special, because that doesn't exist very much out there, and that's what people feel. So I hope you guys have a great trip.
Thank you.
And much more success.
We hope that we
Even
get to
with
see you in
7 people.
September.
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I would love to talk to you guys again
Yeah.
and see how far everything went. And
Absolutely.
awesome. So I will see you then. Right?
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you guys.